Back again with another review here, and today we're going to talk about Review Talk Radio, directed by Oliver Stone and starring Eric Bogosian. And this is a really good film that not a lot of people talk about or have heard about. Again, it's directed by Oliver Stone, and I'm a fan of Oliver Stone. I mean, whether that be Platoon, which is a great movie. He also directed Wall Street, which I've only seen a little bit of the film. The last time I tried watching it, and I could not get into the film. I'm a fan of Michael Douglas, but there's other Michael Douglas films I'd rather watch. He also directed Born on the 4th of July, which I haven't seen that film. He also directed The Doors, which I've only seen a little bit of The Doors, but not the entire film. He also directed JFK, which is a great movie. That's one of my favorite Oliver Stone films. He also directed Any Given Sunday, which is a great movie. So, Oliver Stone's a great director. And watching this, this could be possibly like my second favorite Oliver Stone film. I mean, I would put JFK above this movie. But this film is very riveting and a very captivating performance by Eric Bogosian. So, let's talk about talk radio. But the story here is Eric Bogosian. He's this on-air radio personality, Barry Champlain, and he's pretty much a shot jock. He likes to be controversial, push the envelope, and he basically has a license to rant. Like all the different people that will call into the show, whether it be fans, haters, and so forth. And his show is gaining popularity, and it's about to go national. And as he's enjoying professional success, his personal life is unraveling. And he's dealing with relationship problems and at the same time dealing with growing hate via the airwaves. And that's the plot to the film. But the cast here, you got Eric Bogosian as Barry Champlain. He just knocks it out of the park here in this movie. A very captivating performance from Eric Bogosian. And again, this is a character that is very controversial, at times not PC. And especially the way that he has conversations with his callers. If it's casual listeners or fans, haters, you would have people that, would call into the show and let him know how much that they hate him, and the character would snap back, and very quick delivery of dialogue from Barry Champlain when he's dealing with these psychopaths and unstable people. There's even a scene in here where he's talking to a rapist and he's trying to calm down a rapist, which is a very tense scene. So Eric Bogosian does a great job in this film. Again, great performance. The supporting cast here. So you have Ellen Green in here. I'm like, she looks familiar. I'm like, okay, Little Shop of Horrors. She was in that film. And she's good in the film. You have John C. McGinley, recognizable actor. He does a good job here. Alec Baldwin, no matter what we feel about him now, he did some good movies back in the day. And, his role here is a supporting role. It's not a big role, but, Alec Baldwin is good in the film. Michael Wincott. Yeah, Michael Wincott from The Crow. He's in here as this guy that appears on the show. This guy is he's kind of a drug addict. He's very, out there, and he's a fan of Barry Champlain, and he appears on the show. And at first I didn't realize it was Michael Wincott. But Michael Wincott does a great job. It's not a big part at all. But that character, he does such a great job with that character. So, but I love Michael Wincott. Robert Trevor is in the film for a little bit. I'm like, I know that guy. He was Salmonius on Hercules back in the day. the Hercules series with Kevin Sorbo. He was Salmonius. So Robert Trevor, he's in here for a little bit. But I really enjoyed the cast. Again, Eric Bogosian, his performance is very captivating, and just the way that he would deal with these callers, and especially those that are unstable, sending him death threats and stuff like that, and just going off on these people, and going off the rails, again, at times being not, on PC, and just the way that he would rant. He has a license to rant, so he would go off on these people, and sometimes there's some moments where I laughed. This character made me laugh, but in the second half of the film, you would see the gradual, breakdown of this character. But great cast. Like I said earlier, it's directed by Oliver Stone. He does a great job directing, and it's based on the play. Eric Bogosian wrote the screenplay with the help of director Oliver Stone. Yeah, it's based on Bogosian's Pulitzer Prize nominated original play with some biographical information about Alan Berg, who was a talk show host in Denver who was murdered by white supremacists back in 1984. This is a true thing, true story. And so I didn't know that it was a play. But what I really enjoyed here, Eric Bogosian, again, he steals the show. Most of the film takes place in the studio, which I thought was a really good setting. There's a lot of great, close-up shots and shadowy shots. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the studio setting and the amount of people that would call into the show, whether it be fans, haters, racists. And this character, Barry Champlain, is keeping them at arm's length, with an acid tongue and quick wit. And Eric Bogosian, again, he just knocks it out of the park. And like I said, in the second half, you really see the breakdown of this character. And then, you get into the whole monologue, which for people out there need to go check out the monologue from this movie. It's like a 6-minute monologue, and you can find it on YouTube. In fact, I'll put a link for it down below. It's a great monologue, very powerful. It's a very powerful scene from Eric Bogosian. It's just a great monologue. But, the ending, which I don't want to spoil here, but the ending is definitely shocking. But it doesn't ruin it for me. And again, I don't want to give away what happens or give away, the conclusion here. But it's quite shocking. If there's any nitpicks that I have, I think at times it could have pushed it a little bit further. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't have that edge or, whatnot, but I think that if one thing, I would like to have seen more people appear on the show, which I know there's no way, because even in the film, when they allowed Michael Wincott to come into the studio, they didn't want that. Alec Baldwin, he's the boss. He didn't want to allow Michael Wincott, his character, to come into the studio. But I'd like to have seen more of that, which I know could never happen. But it's just one of those things that I wish we could have seen more of these unstable people in the studio. Have them sit across, Eric Bogosian's character and just have conversations. But so that's that's a very, very minor nitpick that I have. I think it just could have pushed it a little bit further in that department. Overall thoughts, Talk Radio, it's a very riveting film with an outstanding performance from Eric Bogosian. Oliver Stone's gripping direction definitely keeps you engaged in what's going to happen next as we become further immersed in our lead character and his gradual breakdown. So I highly recommend Talk Radio. And out of 5 stars, I'm going to give this 4.5. So 4.5 out of 5 stars. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Just want to give a quick shout out to director-screenwriter Richard. Thank you for being a patron and supporting my channel. For anyone that would like to support the channel, I'll leave a link down below to my PayPal in the description box. There you can request any of the following. It could be a movie review, movie topic or discussion, fan commentaries, live commentaries, thoughts on a TV show, rants, and much more. And any amount you want to donate there is fine. It's kind of a tip jar. And there's my Patreon for those that would like to be credited in videos. I have Patreon for crediting right now. And I'm also on Twitter at TheZeroGhoul. For those that would like to follow me on Twitter, where I talk about movies, what I'm watching, and much more. But thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.